can turn the world on with a smile. You can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile. Well, it's your girl and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, don't need to fake it. You can never down, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. Today is Thursday, May 9th, and Marc has 425 days left to go in his prison sentence. So we're coming up on the 420 days until his release. But he also has his transfer application into the U.S. federal government, the Department of Justice, and they're looking at it right now. So hopefully in about a month and a half, we'll get a yes from them, and Marc will then be asking the Canadian government for their approval for him to come home early. If all goes perfectly well, he'll be home in time for Christmas, but if it takes longer and if he gets out in this U.S. good behavior time, it's July next year. So next summer, guaranteed, Marc will be home, and that's very exciting. Now, there's another date to note. Tomorrow is the 10th of May, and 3 years ago, in 2010, on May 10th, Marc was ordered extradited to the United States by the conservative Harper government, the Justice Minister, Rob Nicholson. And Marc was ordered extradited on the 10th and held in Canada for 10 days and taken across the border on the 20th. But that's a noteworthy date to remember, that it's been 3 long years that Marc has been gone, and that's 3 years too many, and he should be home now. But we're on the downhill slide, and he's done his time and inspired and helped so many people, and we're all working hard out here too. So we're making the most of that time that we've had to go through, and we'll continue to do the same when he's home and forever. I mean, the fight never ends. And Marc's also sick right now. He's got a cough and a sneeze and feeling a little under the weather. But when I see him next weekend, hopefully he'll be feeling a lot better. Now, last Saturday around the world was the Global Marijuana March. And for the first time, I was here in Vancouver. Normally, I'm in Toronto, but for all sorts of reasons, I wasn't able to go. So I was happy to take part in Vancouver's march. And it was a beautiful sunny day. We held up our flags and signs high. And we, that's a punny pun, but we did hold our signs and flags high, and we chanted and marched through the streets and got the message out there. And then I quickly went to Kamloops, my hometown, that evening for a family party for my dad on his 60th birthday. And then I came right back and got back onto campaigning, because next Tuesday, May 14th, is the British Columbia general election, and I'm running in downtown Vancouver in Vancouver-West End with the BC Green Party. I'm pretty sure if you watch the show, you know it. And there's a big sign there, and there's all sorts of stuff on our websites. But I've been working hard to get the message of justice, peace, and honest government out there during the campaign, not just for me to win, but because I think the ideas that I'm championing during this campaign are ideas that others should adopt, and they should take with them into government, whoever it is that wins. We really need to remember that when we run for office, it's a chance to educate and inform people and hopefully sway the opinions of those who do win and remind them what's important to a lot of people out there. So I'm doing the best I can on that front. And if you go to jodie4mla.ca, that's the member of the Legislative Assembly, and that's part of the provincial government. And if I do get in, wouldn't it be exciting? But otherwise, my ideas, I hope, are the ideas that win and get into government. So that's the point of this campaign, but it's been tons of fun. Every day I'm out there doing something, holding up signs. I want to say a big thank you to those volunteers who have come out and spent some time with me. You're helping get the message out there, and I really appreciate it. And we'll see on the 14th what the voters of Vancouver-West End think about government and think about my ideas. And I just really hope it's a okay showing. It's kind of scary, but again, the point was to get the ideas out there, and that is a victory I know I've already achieved. So I'll continue to do that. Now, also coming up, I've not mentioned it as much as I should have. It's already May, I can't believe it, but the Treating Yourself Expo in Toronto is happening, the 4th annual expo, and I've been to 2 of them so far, and this is going to be my 3rd. And it's a massive event in Toronto held with a lot of exhibitors from across Canada, the US, and even from Europe and around the world. So this year we're going to be there with a 10 by 20 booth, broadcasting live on pot.tv, bringing you photos and news through cannabisculture.com, and selling a bunch of stuff we're shipping out there from Marc Emery's Cannabis Culture Headquarters store. So we'll be reminding everybody about what we're doing out here in Vancouver, and it's a great chance to meet friends and fellow activists and see all the familiar faces that we know from across the country, and we're reminded that we do have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people on our side working hard. So I look forward to being out there. It's always a very busy time, and I don't have a voice left by the end of it, but it's definitely worthwhile in getting the message out there into the big smoke, as Toronto is known. So that will be coming up on May 24th to the 26th. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll be there all 3 days. So come get a Free Marc t-shirt or check out what else we've got, and we'll see you there downtown Toronto. And go to treatingyourselfexpo.com for information about how to get there and what's required and all sorts of other information. And again, we'll be covering it all live at pot.tv and cannabisculture.com. And about the Global Marijuana March, we've got a lot of great videos and photos out there and continuing to be released out there on cannabisculture.com and pot.tv. So check it out. And if you have pictures or videos from your march somewhere around the world, or even this Saturday, which is another march happening in Toronto and elsewhere, send us photos. Send them to Jeremiah at cannabisculture.com, and we'll get them up there on our website to share with the world and remind each other that we've got friends and allies all across the globe, and no matter what happens to us, we know that the fight will always go on for freedom. So thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm not going to do a draw this time. I'll do one next week, and who knows, maybe I'll do it from the legislature in Victoria, where I'll be there representing green ideas. But if not, we always got more elections to come, and I'll never stop. So thanks for your continued support. Thank you for supporting Marc, and let's get him home as soon as possible. Send a letter of support. Go to freemarc.ca. Thanks a lot. We'll see you guys next week. Free Marc Emery.